my colleague Sandy Levitsky, we are interested in studying how colleges and universities are responding to Title IX, to the expectation that the universities do a better job of handling and addressing sexual assault. Now, a big piece of this, there are many players. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm really interested in this case is that there are so many people, different actors, kind of engaged in kind of contestation in this area. But one of the sets of activists or players in this arena are basically student activists, survivor activists, and I'm kind of early in this process of investigating this case, but what it appears that these groups have had enormous success to date in putting a lot of pressure on universities, targeting universities, to pointing out the ways that they have engaged in what they're now calling institutional betrayal, the way that after victimization occurs, the universities have dropped the ball and not handled the issue very well. And so some of the things in terms that these activists are doing, which I think are extremely clever and have succeeded, is they're taking advantage of Title IX and new kind of legal opportunities in order to basically challenge their universities, file lawsuits against their universities, file grievances related with the Department of Education against their universities. And when they successfully get a grievance filed or a lawsuit filed, that actually creates a media hook so that when they go to the press, they're able to get the press interested and willing to cover the fact that a particular university is potentially being in trouble with the federal government with a lawsuit, and so they get more media attention for that. And they also are increasingly willing to kind of go public in the media and other venues with their own personal stories, which actually have an enormous emotional resonance for various kind of potential kind of decision makers, so that by willing to attach their name and their stories to what's happened to them, they also kind of can really make a big impact. And they also, I think, are savvy and have been savvy in a couple other ways. They have been able to use social media pretty effectively to build kind of networks and relationships across various different campuses. And they've also become aware of one of the kind of most sort of challenging aspects of activism on campus, and that is that the university administrators can basically count on summer arriving and students graduating, and that the activists have become aware that if they don't build in structures to kind of institutionalize their movements to survive across summer breaks and to survive the graduation of some of their members, then everything stops dead in the water again. So I guess that just pointed out in terms of this particular case, just a variety of different kind of concepts and ideas that social movement theorists think about. They think about, mobilization. What are the various resources that are available? What kinds of frames do you use? How do you build kind of, how do you make your case in a way that's persuasive to various constituencies? How do you interact with the media? How do you take advantage of or recognize various opportunities, in this case, legal opportunities? And the fact that this issue is very much kind of one that's kind of right at the forefront of national attention right now.